All right, good morning, beautiful people, and welcome to our Sunday, December 20th. Can you believe that?
Real family business, you know what I'm saying?
Cannot believe it.
So we're going to LA on the 5th.
All right.
But I didn't book a return.
There we go. All right.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Life happens. So, good morning, beautiful ladies. Welcome to our hangout this morning. So I'm going to start it just with a quick announcement. So next Saturday, so Saturday, December 26th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to do a Zoom fundraiser for Christina. And so what I'm going to do is, my hope is that people will just be honest and donate and what have you to her GoFundMe account. And then I'll just put the Zoom link up. So I've created a special Zoom link for everyone. And if you can spread the word, that would be amazing. I would love to hit the goal of 100 people on and just help her out. Right now she's at 28, it's at 28,000 out of a $40,000 goal. So here's hoping that next Saturday we can come together. And I know it's such a strange time of life for us all because of COVID. So it's just a great chance to kind of come together. It's a little bit quieter over the holidays. So just wanted to do something to help her and her girls. She did tell me that she would try her best to be on, which I thought was pretty amazing. It would be wonderful to see her. I don't know when she's going to be ready for that. It's probably going to take a little bit. So I'm hosting the team call this week. Sarah's hosting next week, and then we'll see what January brings. So just a quick aside. So if you can look for my post and share it, and then also keep next Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time available, that would be wonderful. The other quick thing is tomorrow, 9-Week Control Freak launches for customers. So you can get your clients signed up with 9-Week Control Freak. I set up my control track yesterday. I know Max did as well. And it was a bitch trying to feed it through the thing. It took me I don't even know how many times. And the first time I did it backwards. And I know Max did it backwards a couple times too, and had to undo it to redo it. But once it's up, it's so easy, right? And now I wouldn't need to unthread it. I would just leave it through and loosen it in order to transfer it, move it around. It's so incredibly simple. So I'm super excited. I did the sample workout yesterday, the Tabata one, and it was great. My heart rate was through the roof. So I imagine that she's fully going to kick our butts come whenever you start. So I'm thinking I'm going to start next Monday. Not tomorrow, the following Monday, only because me doing yoga for 2 or 3 weeks is not conducive to my mental health. So I need more movement than that. And so I'll continue with my yoga, but I need more than just yoga. So we'll go from there. So work on your 9-week control freak. I did put those stories in the chat. And other than that, I don't have any announcements or anything. So this is your time. Remember, these calls are super informal. Ask any and all questions, because that's what we are here for. Whether you are brand new, whether you've been with us for years, it doesn't matter. Everything is fair game, because sometimes I hear something now and I remember it from a call before, but it's relevant now, right? So yeah. So go ahead, ladies. How's everybody doing? Max, Margot, how did your group go this past week?
Good. I think it went well. We're sort of extending it. It's there's a couple ladies in there who have asked me if I can keep it open for at least one more week, because she hasn't had a chance to do the workouts, and she wants her sister to try the workouts. So of course I'll leave it open. And now I'm just sort of reaching out to some of the people to see if they did any of the workouts, because I'm not exactly sure like, I guess the way Facebook works is the most active people, like Elaine was very active in it, Max was active in it, I was active in it. So we were all commenting, but then the quiet people were super quiet. Like, are they seeing it? Are they like, you don't know? And I don't want to bug them, but at the same time, I'm thinking, is there some sort of a Facebook block or something when people aren't
No, but
commenting?
I know from groups that I'm in, if I don't participate in it, I don't see the notifications. So like even after a day or two, the notifications just stop. So they maybe just forgot. And if they are, you know, local-ish people, then, you know, school just finished yesterday. So I would use this week to kind of follow up with them and be like, did you have a chance to try? Because they're going to have a little bit more time this week. So yeah,
Actually,
the
another
notifications are weird on Facebook.
yeah, it seems like I see, like when Elaine posts something in that group, I get a thing saying Elaine posted in
Yeah.
kicking it, but I don't know whether other people, yeah, you're right, Tamara, whether they just don't see the notifications that people are posting in there, so they just don't go there, I guess. I don't know, unless you tag them, I guess, and everything, but that's annoying. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, they actually have to like start going to the group, and they'll get some notifications on it. So and the reason I know this is relevant because I'm in the Team Uproar Fit Gym, right? But I didn't have any time to check in. So the first few days, I got tons of notifications of people that I'm friends with that posted in the group. But then after that, because I didn't even go in the group because I didn't have time to go in the group, no notifications, zero. So it must be like a newish way that Facebook is working.
It's actually, it's probably a good thing, because if you're really not interested in what's going on in there and you keep getting notification after notification and you're not participating. So it's probably a good thing. It's just kind of frustrating when you have people in there and they've said they wanted to be in there and you just don't hear from them. But anyway, that's good. That's good to know. And I have one more question. Well, actually, probably a whole bunch more. But anyway, I want to try to take this next 2 weeks or however long it is before New Year's and try to reach out to as many people as I can. And is the word hierarchy? Is there a like people that I know that I need to create a streak like Maxine has, but which is my own fault, but there's people that I've talked to in the past that have said maybe that they're maybe interested, or we've had a little bit of a chat. And I know that there's probably scripts for people that you don't know, scripts for people that you've talked to once or twice, scripts for people that have tried the workouts. Are those all in the Empower Squad Coach Hub?
Yeah.
Okay.
You would just search like they would be in the files section, and you would search like conversation scripts or inviting scripts. And those will for sure be there. I know there's a few in the Free to Be Hub as well, because I put mine in there in the past, but yeah, they're definitely there's way more in Empower Squad because people actually like more than just, you know, me share. Christina's shared, Sarah's shared, I've shared. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to look in there because I want to make sure I'm saying the right thing to the right people. Yeah. And magically grow a huge team with all of you guys.
Sergeline just
I would also check Boss Babe members. They might have some good stuff in there too. Just as because I mean, the more variety you have, then the more you may find something closer to your words. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Max.
Yeah, there's some really good stuff in there.
Mm-hmm. Almost too much. It's overwhelming.
I was actually talking to Max and Tamara, you too, about doing more. I'm watching some of the Facebook, that's what I'm on most of the time, lives. And some of the people are talking about things that I think I know even more than what they're saying, but I never really have the confidence to tell people that I know this stuff, you know, going through menopause and being able to do this and all this stuff. So I said to Max that we did a dual, a question and answer thing in the group, the kicking it to the curb, and it actually went quite well. And maybe over the next couple weeks, that's something that we could do randomly, like me and Max and Tamara. Like, I don't know whether you guys want to do that, but sort of the questions and answers, the myths about losing weight after 40, after 50, whatever. I don't know. Now's the time, I guess, to give those tips and tricks to some people over Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say something. Been thinking about what you and I were talking about yesterday, Margot, and there's always going to be these competitive products out there. And as we discovered, like Neora is coming out with their latest and greatest change white fat to brown fat. And for the majority of people, they have no idea what that means. And it's not really even that relevant. But at the end of the day, if people aren't changing their gut health, it doesn't really, people will lose their weight, but they're not addressing their health issues. I mean, the weight is only one area of their health, right? There's so much else going on. Would you agree, Tamara?
Oh, for sure. 100%. What is brown fat versus, what did you say?
Brown fat versus white fat. So your white fat is your fat that's sort of around your organs, and your brown fat is your metabolically active fat.
Okay.
It's no one really talks about it. And so, when companies come out with this thing, people just go, oh, that must be so cool. And that, they don't really know. It's saying the same thing that everybody else is saying in a different way. They're putting a different spin on it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, if we can, have healthier fat that's more metabolically active, which is going to burn more calories, then yes, that's ideally what we want. But at the end of the day, we're still not. So that's where I still fall back on Shakeology, because the Shakeology is going to help your gut health. And your gut health I just was talking to one of my small group training ladies, like reading off the list of all the stuff that came back from a hormone test. It's unbelievable. And that's not going to be fixed just by losing weight, right?
No.
That's going to be fixed by changing their gut and dealing with stress and moving and, all those things. That's what's going to, and changing your habits. So I just think that's almost something we need to work harder at getting out to people. It's not just about losing weight. It's about changing your habits and fixing your gut from the inside out.
Don't you think we as a society are so conditioned now to just taking medication?
Absolutely.
Right? So like someone could technically lose their weight and think they're healthier, but then still need medication for like IBS or whatever it is. And instead of working on it from like that holistic approach of cleaning from the inside out, they're almost willing to just take the medication, but they've lost their weight.
Right. Well, and even as Margot was talking about skinny yesterday and her dad and whatnot, I mean, that's the other thing too, is that people can be skinny, but still have, awful guts, and the guts are related to the brain health.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I just think that there's just so much that people, they're so accustomed to looking what's going on the outside. Like I know with Marla, like, yeah, she's got weight to lose, but she gets her results back on, so many things that would be risk factors that you would think. And she has thyroid issues, but that's it. So that's a perfect example of somebody that's taking Shakeology for 6 years, exercises, eats well 80% of the time, and is healthier than the average person, despite the fact that she's got weight to lose.
Right.
So she's actually, I kind of came up with that. It's like, that was a really good kind of realization that it isn't always about, yes, you do need to get your visceral fat down around your organs, but that doesn't mean that, all the things you would expect would go along with being overweight if you're doing the other things that are good for your body, which is drinking Shakeology. So anyway, that was just my thought. I feel like those are some of those conversations that we should get out and have more.
I think the more we educate ourselves on Shakeology and what it does, right?
Totally.
Like there's so many people who just think it's a protein, and you're like, no, it's not a protein. Like, yeah, there's 17 grams of protein in it, but that's not why I'm drinking it. I'm drinking it for all the other reasons, not the protein, right?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
it's so interesting to me. I actually had a lady reach out to me last night who I have thought for, like, I don't know, the past 3 years would be an amazing coach on our team. So she used to do Thrive, and she stopped doing that. But she reached out last night because she was like, okay, I think I am ready. But tell me, like, sign up process, remind me of the process, remind me of the prices. And she said, and my next question is, how can this, if I start this, how can this help my daughter who has severe IBS? And I was just like, yay! Like, and then she sent me all of these pictures of supplements that she had researched to help her daughter with her IBS. And I just said to her, I was like, you don't need that. Like, you are going to ease her into Shakeology and getting her gut back to like its homeostatic state through proper nutrition and hydration and all of those things. And then you can, with the Shakeology. And I said, you're not going to start her on full scoops right off the bat because she's going to be uncomfortable if you do that. Anyway, she messaged me back and she was like, oh, thank you so much. And so she's looking at the packages and just doing some research, and we'll chat again this week. But it was so cool to finally have that conversation with her. Like, you need to be that, she needs this big time. So
On that topic about what you were talking about, well, hang on, sorry, cancel that, sorry. Oh, can you hear me? There we go. If you guys follow Autumn, yesterday she did a really good, I loved it. Max, I can't remember what it was just before you came here or after, I can't remember, but I wrote down some notes and it's exactly what you guys were talking about. She was getting really ticked with, she said, she said, what's your goal? Is your goal health or is your goal weight loss? And she said, I aim to teach health. So if you have weight to lose, that will automatically happen. But if your goal is solely weight loss, she said, there's a ton of ways to lose, and to each his own, like cutting out, doing the keto or doing sort of drastic things. But the reality is, she said, that you'll lose the same amount of weight doing it the healthy way, portion control, Shakeology, lots of water. And then she sort of addressed the elephant in the room as far as alcohol, because she gets she posted a photo of her making a drink on Friday night, and it had 1 ounce instead of 2. It was a TikTok or something. She did 1 ounce of vodka instead of 2, and she had lots of soda and all that stuff. And somebody commented with, well, you still gotta live, or something like that. And she's sort of like, why do you need the worst of the worst to enjoy life? Why do you need cake, cookies? Like, why do you need that to enjoy life? Like, and I completely understood exactly what she was saying. I had sort of a comment I put on my Instagram, push for progress or something like this. It was progress, not perfection, just progress. And I had a friend of mine who's very influential. I can't say who she is. And she replied to me and she says, you still have to live, or something like that. And she does that she does a dig. She's not in Beachbody or anything, but she gives me little digs every so often. And it's so funny. It's
so
sort of
like, you're not living?
I am living.
No, that's just it though. Well, but I am living. So I don't understand your comment.
Or rest. She said, no, sorry. I said, I think it was progress. It was 3 progresses, and push for progress. And the word is just progress. It's not perfection. And she commented with, well, you still have to relax or something like that. I can't remember. And I just thought, I'm not saying don't relax. Anyways, just people are kind of odd. And that's where addressing the elephant in the room as far as alcohol and as far as sweets goes, and just, what is your goal? Because if you want to lose weight, just lose weight. Who cares what you weigh? I couldn't care less what anybody weighs. None of you. I couldn't care less. With all due respect. Weight is just not, Anyway, sorry, I get all hot
No,
and bothered by the whole thing.
she actually mentioned it in 80 Day Obsession. She talked it one day about how someone in her social media commented about her son. When are you gonna let him just be a kid? And she was like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, I'm sorry, but he like he's on board with all of this. And why does being a kid involve all of the garbage that you can't read, the chemicals that you can't read, and not knowing what that's going to do to my kid in a few years? Why does it mean that? There's so many ways to get in sweets, to get in salty things that are healthy, that we don't have to be, you know, doing it the wrong way. You can make I'm going to make peppermint mocha cake pops. I found the recipe on Beachbody On Demand, right? So I'm going to make those. I'm going to make, like, we make our protein balls. There's so many ways to get it in. You can have, you know, if you need to have a healthier snack, salt your nuts, like do that. If you need the salty fats, like there's ways that you can get those things in that we crave, but it's not in the toxic way that it's going to affect our body. And yeah, I just think it's such an interesting, I love that comment of like, well, you still got to live. Well, I think if someone said that to me, I'd be like, am I not living? Really? I'm not living? Last I checked, I was. Right? So I just don't get that thinking at all. But yeah, it is what it is, right?
Sadly, though, she's got, and same with all of us, Max, you too, we all have a lot of people that are, I just got a Christmas card from somebody. Actually, I can, she said, because she got on board with Beachbody. And then she sent me a message saying, can I come and pick it up? Because she doesn't want to do it. And she said, Mark, on this Christmas card, you are one incredible lady, friend, motivator, pick-me-upper. And although BB doesn't seem to be for me, you'll always be an inspiration and dear friend to me. Love ya. It's sort of like, it's just eating and exercise.
I don't understand.
It's not brain surgery. We're not doing brain surgery. There's nothing weird about it. Anyway, yeah. Whatever. To each his own.
Yeah, that's up here then, right? That's in their head. That's where, when you need to send them the personal development books and we need to work on your, you know, I have one lady that she doesn't work, and she talks about how she just doesn't have enough time in her day. And I'm like, what are you doing all day? Like, seriously, get out of bed, put your workout gear on, go work out, drink your shake, and the rest of the day is yours. Like, what are you doing? I don't understand. I cannot wrap my head around how you don't work, your kids are in school, and you still can't fit in taking care of yourself, yet you complain to me all the time that you have to lose weight because your health is paying for it. And I'm like, okay. And so I said to her, I was like, you need to buy yourself a planner. Like, get yourself a planner and schedule your freaking time, because what are you doing? Like, you're not even, are you getting laundry done? Are you like, what you need to, like, so for her thing is 100% time management that we need to work on. It's not even like the fitness and the hydration or anything like that right now. It's like, how can I get her to just, you know, start a program if she can't manage her time at all? You know, she has all the time in the world and complains about it. I messaged her yesterday and I was like, how did the week go? Because on Sunday she told me she was gonna get up every day and work out, for like, that was gonna be the first thing. She said, oh, it's Saturday already? It's Saturday already. So it's hard, right? I can say that to you guys and I can vent to you and I can say like, oh my gosh, how can you? But then I have to go back to her with some other energy, because if I go back to her with that, I'm going to be like, you know, it's not going to come out the nicest.
I make the time. And I got 3 kids. I do it every morning. Every
Yeah.
morning I get up at 6:45, work out, and after that I go get my little guy. We do school together, and the other two are self-sufficient because one is in high school and one is in middle school. But this little guy, I have to be with him because he's in first grade. But I make it work. I make it work. And it's because of you guys too. You guys.
Well, and don't you think though that showing up also helps, Michelle, like leaning
Yes.
in, right? If you don't
Yes.
lean in, then if then people don't really know what they're missing out on. So I
Right,
think the
exactly.
community aspect of it is huge. And
Yeah.
whether you like the bod group or whether you like the Facebook group, it doesn't matter. Whatever works for each one of you. So
Right.
Some people are just procrastinators though, so you kind of have to take them under your wing a little bit and guide them. I know at least that's what I used to have to do with the Sun Run program. It's just, they won't come out. So you have to sort of guide them a little bit and hopefully they will. There's nothing you can really do. You can't go to their home and grab them and take them out and do anything with them. But I guess just keep motivating them is all you can do, really. The rest is up to them.
As the saying goes, you can lead a horse to water, you can't make them drink it. So, and I think that's even when I feel like I send out a message every month to 41 people and only 10 people respond to it. It's like, I'm still showing up every month for you, and eventually, they'll come back and hopefully, and you just don't, it's like, as Elaine says, you don't give up on them. You just keep kind of nudging them and showing them that you're there for them.
mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this type of business is, I still,
Not for the faint of heart.
no, but it's a business that it's sort of, because we're all coaches now, we're focusing on ourselves, our health, our physical well-being. And that's a good thing. That is an amazing thing, what we're doing. We're not selling, jewelry or makeup, which is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm saying we're physically keeping ourselves healthy. And so it's a great way to keep us accountable to us. And then hopefully people will join, but yeah, you can't force them to, but they eventually will, hopefully. And yeah, it's a positive all the way around, really, but it is frustrating because we don't understand why they don't understand.
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you people?
So true. And we can, like I said, we can say that here like that. I want to shake you senseless. But then we have to go back to it with a different, so this one particular lady that I'm talking about a few weeks ago had messaged me something about canceling everything. And because, it was just, she didn't even know if she wanted to like live anymore. Like she's obviously dealing with some pretty big battles up in her head. And so I sent her, I replied and I said, I don't have time at this moment to reply properly. So give me a minute to process, or give me some time to process, and I will message you back. But just wanted you to know that I got your message. And when I did write her back, I said to her, part of me is really sad for you because you have two beautiful girls that need their mom. And they need you around and they need that role model. And it almost feels from your message like you're throwing in the towel. And I said, another part of me is angry because you have everything in your hands to change your life, everything at your fingertips, and all it takes is you to push play. And I said, so I am in this kind of struggle as your friend and as your coach that, this is where I'm at. I can't make you do it. You just have to push play. And so she took it really well. And, but yeah, it's like finding that, like getting the vent out and then coming back to it and coming back to it with compassion and empathy, because we don't know what they're going through and we don't know what they've been through and we don't know where they're at in their life. So yeah. And if they're not being consistent, if they're really struggling with showing up for themselves, then they have to do personal development. That's the number one thing I say is like, okay, so don't start with anything. Start with drinking water and listen to You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero and The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. Those are the two books that completely changed our lives, and they make sense and they're easy to follow. And the 5-4-3-2-1 rule is the only reason I get out of bed some mornings. So it has to be like working on their mindset before they can even commit to buying like this lady buying a planner. So
What was the first book, Tamara?
You Are a Badass.
No. Oh, You Are a Badass. Okay.
Yeah, those are the two that I send for sure. If someone shares with me something, you know, that they're dealing with some sort of like trauma in their life or things like that, then I actually offer them Rising Strong by Brene Brown, because that one just had a really big impact on me before I even started coaching. A friend of mine gave that one to me, and so that's one that helped me, you know, through like counseling and just those sorts of things. So it really, but that one would be one I would send to someone who has shared something specific about like dealing with trauma and dealing with ghosts from the past or things like that. Yeah.
A lot of times I feel like some people are misinformed about the nutrition when it comes to doing Beachbody or working out in general. Because I have this one girl who's been watching me for a long time, I guess ever since I started, and she told me the reason she didn't start, the reason she doesn't do any of what I'm doing is because she doesn't want to change her diet. And she's telling me, oh, you know, she has chronic pain here and she's not sleeping well. So then I was asking her, what exactly are you eating? And then she's telling me all these things that she eats, and she has donuts as like breakfast and stuff like that. And I would tell her, well, there you go. Problem number one, breakfast, you're not energized. So you're crashing in the middle of the day. And of course, you're not gonna have any energy to work out. And then she was telling me what? And then I was amazed that she didn't know that, you know, a well-balanced breakfast is what will sustain you for almost half of the day. And she was amazed. And I sent her pictures of like different meals that she can make. And she was like, she didn't know all of this. I feel like some people are misinformed about the nutrition aspect. Like they think, you know, you just get up and work out. Because she's asking, where do you get the energy to wake up at 6 a.m. to work out and then deal with your kids and then do this and then do that? And I was telling her, well, what are you eating? You can't eat donuts for breakfast and then expect to, you know, function during the rest of the day or even think straight. And I'm like, well, how do you even go into the fridge and pull out a donut? I mean, I didn't say that to her like that. I was just thinking in my head, you know what I'm saying? How do you go in the fridge and be like, oh, great, donuts, breakfast? And she was like, she didn't even think about it that way. And I was, you know, trying to inform her. I'm just saying some people, they don't have, well, I was surprised to find out a lot of people did not know, and she's not the first person, did not know that eating breakfast or eating anything healthy can give you the energy that you need, or you know what I'm saying?
Totally. And that's where big food comes in, right?
Yeah.
Because we are bombarded with, you know, grab this and have breakfast, take this and go. Cereals, like breakfast cereals, are so bad for us, like so bad for us. When people are in hospital, they're given, at least here, they're given Ensure as their like protein shake. Well,
Right, yeah.
diabetes in a container, and here they are giving it to people in a hospital. Like that's where like big food corporations have influenced and advertising have influenced so much what we are doing to our bodies, and people don't know, which I think it takes someone curious, right? Like I was curious about nutrition. I was curious about, you know, how do I get something into my body that's going to sustain me through teaching all my fitness classes. I was curious about those things. So I started educating myself. And if I hadn't, I would still be buying breakfast cereals for my kids because I didn't know, right? I
Right.
had no idea. They're on the shelf. They're in the cereal aisle. They're talked about as breakfast all the time. I mean, I didn't buy like Fruit Loops and Frosted Flakes. I tended to go for like the healthier version, but they're still not good for them.
Mhm.
So I'd way rather them make a shake in the morning with, you know, Greek yogurt and fresh fruit and something like that that they can take with them to sustain them in the mornings. But yeah, it's so mind-boggling what the general population knows about nutrition.
Yeah, it is. I was very surprised because I just get up and, you know, do my little videos of working out. But I was so amazed how there's so many people who don't know what to put in their body to get the energy or even like function right mentally.
Yeah.
And I was
I
like, all
remember
right.
Downing was here for a Super Saturday, and he actually said, you know, when people are struggling with depression, when people are just struggling with that, he says, what do you eat? What do
Yeah.
you eat? Because if you feel like crap, it's because of what you put in your body. It's a direct reflection of how you are fueling your body. And in Super Life, Darren O'Lean talks about, you know, your body is a Lamborghini. And here we are you putting in premium grade fuel, or are you putting in like boat fuel? Like, what are you putting in it? You want to fuel your Lamborghini properly. So I'm just going to address something. I think it's Reiko that's on that said she doesn't eat breakfast. I don't eat breakfast because I do intermittent fasting. So I don't eat until 12. I work out fasted. It works for me. But when I do eat, it is incredibly healthy, right? So my breakfast is at 12. And that whatever that meal is that I have at that time is insanely healthy because it's the first food that I'm putting in my body to start off my day, right? So I don't overthink that. If you fast, then fast, but just make sure that whatever you're putting in your day, start off with Shakeology then, right? If you want to make sure that you're getting your healthiest, you know, dose of nutrients, start off with Shakeology, and you're guaranteed to at least be giving your body a fighting chance for that day. So I know for Clarissa, she swears that, and I've never done this because I have my shake at different times of the day. I don't necessarily always have it for breakfast. She swears that if she drinks her Shakeology in the morning, she feels more satiated throughout the day. If she misses her Shakeology in the morning, she's chasing her hunger all day long. So that's her suggestion. She loads hers with spinach and all the good stuff. So
Yeah, I'm the same as far as the weekends compared to weekdays, because weekdays I'm pretty regimented with my workout, and then I make my shake, I pack my lunch, my 2 other meals, put it in my bag, take it to work. I have my smoothie shake at like 9:30 or 10. And then my next meal 3 hours later, my next meal 3 hours later. And during the week, I feel amazing. And then on weekends, for some reason, I get dumb. Like I don't follow it. And then by the end of the weekend, like Sunday, my stomach's not well. Like it's so obvious. It's crazy. And yet I still do it. But I'm like, even right now, I'm focusing. Okay, I'm going to do my energize, then do my workout with the ladies, and then have my shake after that. But quick thing I want to say about the shake is I have a woman in the US, and I know there's some US people on here. How much is the smoothie on for you guys as coaches a month?
99, isn't it?
Is it 99?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure 99
Yeah,
for coaches. Yeah.
Yes.
So here I know it's 116, right? And then plus tax and shipping and all that. And so whenever I tell people how much, because I still get it's so expensive. And when you calculate it out, and especially for you guys that are 99, I mean, for us, it's 116 divided by 30 servings. That's $3.87 a meal, because it's a meal. So I usually don't even say, if they ask how much it is, and even at the highest price of a customer, $155, I think that still works out to $5.19 a meal. So I usually say how much it is a meal, because then they'll sound dumb if they say it's too expensive, because they go to Starbucks and pick up a $7 bagel or something. So just so you know, always say it as a meal, not as much as it is.
Yeah. For sure. Can I get a quick picture before people start having to hop off? Let's see. I don't know. And coming. Oh, there's Max. All right. Thank you. It was, it was really interesting, Max. I was watching your story yesterday about the quercetin.
Oh yeah, I stole that from Melissa Maid, but I rewrote it for with my own facts.
Nice. So I'm doing the Dutch test, which is like a big hormone test. It's expensive, and I'm doing it through my naturopath, and I can't have quercetin for 2 days before. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Not that I'm having it right now anyway, because I'm not doing Energize right now, but no bananas, no avocados, and no quercetin.
Oh, funny they would even suggest
Yeah, there's
that.
a few other like enzyme, like not enzymes, amino acids on there that they talk about, but it's all vegan based, right? So it's not like I'm not eating protein that way. So anyway, yeah, it was just interesting. I was like, whoa, quercetin. I wouldn't have known that if it wasn't for Energize.
No, I know. I'd never heard of it before Energize.
Yeah, super good for it. So any other questions or things that you'd like us to go over today?
Tamara, where did you posted putting up the door tracker on your story yesterday? Did you? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With the autumn one?
I didn't do a video of me doing it.
No, you posted like a Beachbody one. Didn't you? I feel like I saw.
I just did a video of like I was watching the control track, how to set it up.
Oh, and did you videotape that and then post it?
Yeah.
Okay, you just videotaped on your phone and then posted that little clip on your story. Okay.
Like, oh, I'm watching how to do this, and it's telling me how to set it up, and then I posted that.
Well, I was trying to videotape myself doing a reel doing that. I'm like, okay, this really is not going. I think I can just grab something a little more professional off of Beachbody. It might look better.
Yeah.
So Marla's going to try it right now compared to the one we have, because I thought that would be an interesting comparison to what you can buy off Amazon versus, which actually you can't even get on Amazon anymore, what I had. So
Cool.
Find out what the difference is.
A couple things I want to say is welcome to Elaine for joining us today. She's our new coach. She's on Debbie's team, Debbie Lily's team. And so she's part of our team. So I'm happy that you joined, because I know I just told you about the
That's it.
And then the other thing, this is kind of funny. I'm going to post it today, I think. Did you guys follow Joel on Facebook?
Yeah.
Joel Freeman. Did you see his cherry pie, his rock and roll Shakeology cherry pie thing? Oh my, it's so funny. I'm sharing it today, and it does show Shakeology, vanilla Shakeology, but he's wearing like a big wig, and he's like, she's my cherry pie. It was so funny. I have to share it. So you guys should look for it and share it too. It's funny.
Awesome. All right, ladies. Well, if we are good, I want to take this moment to just say that we are so thankful for all of you. Thanks for being on with us. Happy holidays. If you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. And we will see you next. So hopefully you can join on the 26th for the Zumba, or at least share. And then next week, I will have a 17-year-old to hang out.
Wow. Good luck.
Yeah. So I'll see you next. We'll see you one more time before the new year. So next Sunday, same time, same place. All right.
Bye. Have a good week, everyone.
All right.
Christmas.
Bye, guys.
Bye.